Welcome to the North Alabama Friday Night Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford, with your host, Scott Tyson. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott.
Good evening and welcome. Welcome into the quarterfinal round of the Alabama High School State Football Playoffs on a chilly Friday night across North Alabama. Big thanks to all of us listening to us on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, as well as 100.1 FM WLAY in Florence and Muscle Shoals. It is indeed the quarterfinals of the state football playoffs, and my, oh my, do we've got some great, fantastic ball games in store for you tonight. At stake, a trip to the quarterfinals. We're going to take you all the way up to 11 o'clock. We're going to get you set up for the semifinals. I say a stake in the quarterfinals. Tonight is the quarterfinals. We're going to get you set for the semifinals, which will come your way on Thanksgiving week, 1 week from tonight. But we do have a few games final already in the books, and one North Alabama team has punched their ticket to the semifinals in Class 6A. That would be the Muscle Shoals Trojans, a game you heard on 100.1 FM WLAY. The Trojans get past Gardendale 38-7. More on this game, more on it going into it. What was it at stake going in? Hartselle and Mountain Brook. So with Muscle Shoals through to the semifinals, they just needed to find out who they would be playing. It was either going to be Hartselle or Mountain Brook. And Mountain Brook dispatches Hartselle tonight, 49-30, your final there. Class 5A, we're still waiting on our final scores there. The reason why we're paying attention to that Arab Pleasant Grove game, and I'll tell you, we've got partial scores on that one. Don't have a final, but it looks like they are headed to overtime in the Arab Pleasant Grove game. We're going to keep an eye on that one. They are tied at 28 in the first overtime between Arab and Pleasant Grove. That coming in the 5A quarterfinals. So we are going to keep an eye on that one. If Arab can get through, they were going to take on the winner of Ramsey and Leeds in the 5A state playoffs. So buckle up your shoes, folks. We've got an overtime game in the quarterfinals. All right, Class 4A, we do have two finals already in the books there. Cherokee County gets the best of Randolph tonight, 35-21. And it's Aniana over Deschler tonight, 62-21. That is your final there between Deschler and Aniana. Aniana, of course, no stranger to the playoffs, no stranger to success in the playoffs. Aniana were the runner-ups last year in Class 4A. They are back into the semifinals. All right, so we're also keeping an eye on Anniston and Andalusia in the Class 4A quarterfinals. If Anniston can pull off the win there, they will take on the winner of Handley and Montgomery Catholic. That's for everyone listening at 105.9 WKLS in Gadsden and Anniston. Anniston taking on Andalusia tonight, so we're keeping an eye on that one as well. Also, again, 5A, that Ramsey lead game, something we're looking at. Class 3A quarterfinals, we're definitely keeping an eye on the Battle of Sand Mountain. Geraldine and Sylvania, the two schools separated by just 20 miles. Geraldine, Sylvania, we're keeping an eye on that one. You know what? They have met each other. I think this is the 67th time. Yeah, 67th meeting between the two schools. First ever meeting in the playoffs between Geraldine and Sylvania. 2A quarterfinals, we've got a final in there. No secret, no surprise. The top-ranked team in Class 3A, they are moving on. And, of course, we are talking about the Fife Red Devils. and head coach Paul Benefield. They get through Tuscaloosa Academy 35-7. So keep an eye on that one. Now Fife is going to await the winner of Aliceville and Pisgah. If you think there's a few people at the Geraldine-Sylvania game, you're correct. There'll be a lot of people at that Fife-Pisgah game if Fife is able to get the win. And we do got a final in that Class 3A quarterfinal game. We said we were keeping an eye on Sylvania and Geraldine. We do have a final now. It was Sylvania 27, Geraldine 7. So the Rams of Sylvania are through to the semifinals. They now await the winner of Gordo and Piedmont. So we're keeping an eye on that one. Let's see, do we have... Don't have a score yet from Geraldine, or from Piedmont and Gordo. But we're keeping an eye on that one down the line. We'll let you know how that one comes out. Some partial scores again. Still waiting for that Arab Pleasant Grove game. It's in overtime. Waiting to see if somebody can come out of that one with a win in overtime, or will they head to the second overtime. Other finals. We do have a Tennessee final. McKenzie does get a win over Fayetteville. The Fayetteville Tigers, again, I believe they're your defending state champions up there in 1A football in Tennessee. They fall tonight to McKenzie 20-18. So that is one Tennessee playoff final that we have. Hey, 256-576-4977. If you want to talk high school football tonight on quarterfinal Friday, feel free to reach out to us if you want. So those are the ones that we have. Of course, we're keeping an eye on the 7A quarterfinals. Remember, 7A will skip a week. So 7A has, actually, this is their semifinals in 7A. They are down to the semifinals. They play one less round than everybody else. So they are in the semifinals. They will take a break next week. On Thanksgiving week, we'll Class 7A, and then they will play their finals the week after with everybody else. Thompson and Hoover, Auburn, and Central Phoenix City are your four teams left standing right now in 7A.
Actually have an update in 7A right now. Thompson all over Hoover, 40-10 tonight.
Is that a final?
That is a final.
Wow. Because
40-10. At Hoover.
The Hoover won that region thanks to a 9-0 regular season win over Thompson. So this one was back at the Hoover Met. I mean, you don't think Thompson was a little salty coming into this one?
Oh, without a doubt. And Hoover had, I mean, it seemed like Hoover had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I mean,
they did.
And to be able to come in and, do that after getting hit in the mouth during the regular season, that's big.
And, of course, Hoover led by former Florence head coach Wade Waldrop. So Wade Waldrop was searching for his first finals appearance as the Hoover head coach. That comes up short tonight. Thompson a winner there, 40-10. So Thompson in to the 7A finals. Surprise there. All right, some of the other 6A matchups. St. Paul's and Theodore, Homewood and Saraland. We're keeping an eye on those. Class 5A, Ramsey and Leeds. UMS Wright, Charles Henderson. That one was played last night. We'll get you that final here in 2 seconds. Faith Academy and Gulf Shores. Of course, Gulf Shores, former UNA, North Alabama head coach Mark Hudspeth in charge of Gulf Shores. So we'll let you know how that one plays out. Charles Henderson, they are a 19-16 winner last night over UMS Wright. That was one of the games that was played on Thursday night. Let's see if we've got any more finals, especially, 40-10, Thompson, Hoover. And let's see if we got any more on that Class 6A side. Yeah, we do. Theodore in Class 6A. They get a win over St. Paul's Episcopal, 28-0. So the bottom half of the bracket will look like this. Mountain Brook, with that 49-30 win over Hartzell, they will now take on Muscle Shoals. And it's going to be Mountain Brook and Muscle Shoals for a trip to the Class 6A championship game. And if I'm looking at this right, if the state did it right, Muscle Shoals will be at home next Friday taking on Mountain Brook, if I'm reading this right. Sometimes they don't get it right.
It's a little awkward that they put the home team on top as well.
Well, the home team, okay.
It's always
did
on
that
top.
for the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But for this round, they put the home team on the bottom.
Okay, yeah, and then when you go actually click on the score, it shows the home team on the right like normal, like how it should be.
Yeah, yeah. So that was confusing. In the first round, they had the home team on the top. Second round, they had the home team on the top. For the quarterfinals, they had the home team on the bottom on the state brackets. We didn't make them. Anyway, staying with it here. Let's see. I'm really okay. It is now tied at 35. So both Arab and Pleasant Grove have scored in overtime to force, I believe now we're in the second OT. We have to be in the second OT there between Arab and Pleasant Grove. If they both had 35 and they were tied at 28, so I assume both had a touchdown and an extra point. So I imagine we are going to the second overtime between Arab and Pleasant Grove. All right, see if we have any more finals. I don't think we've had any more finals come across. We have not, at least there. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Yeah, Mountain Brook, Hartselle, Aniana, Randolph, Sylvania, Fife. Those are all the same. Yeah, we don't have any other finals that we need to get to as of right now. We're just keeping on partials and everything else. Some partials that we have in the fourth quarter. Pisgah is leading Aliceville 26-22. The Tennessee score, Sweetwater getting the best of Giles County right now in the fourth, 24-13. Of course, former Lehigh head coach David O'Connor, still the head coach there at Giles County. The Bobcats. 1A score, Lynn and Coosa Christian. Coosa Christian in the fourth, leading Lynn 39-29. So those are some of the partials that we are keeping an eye on. And what a cold night it has been for high school football in the state of Alabama, but still some good football being played. 256-576-4977. That's the number if you want to join the program, if you want to join the show tonight. And we mentioned in Class 3A. All right, so we've got some on the southern end of the bracket in Class 3A. We've got some finals in there in the southern half of the bracket. St. James gets a 40-15 win over Thomasville. And it is Mobile Christian over Pike County, 27-0. So it looks like the only score that we need in Class 3A is that Gordo Piedmont score, because that'll let us know who Sylvania is going to face in the semifinals. Again, they were that 27-7 winner over Geraldine.
And if this is correct, Piedmont is a winner, 27-14 over Gordo.
Okay, so that's not a surprise there. Not surprised by that score at all. Piedmont, no stranger to playoff success. And I want to say coming into the regular season or ending the regular season in Class 3A. Yeah, Piedmont, your third-ranked team in Class 3A. So that was... At the end of the regular season, Gordo was ranked 2. Piedmont was ranked 3. Those were the two highest seeds or ranked teams remaining in Class 3A. Mars Hill Bible was the number 1 team. They got upset last week. Gordo gets the best, or Gordo and Piedmont. Piedmont got the best of Gordo tonight, 27-14. So your 3A brackets are all finished. Piedmont a winner. Sylvania a winner, Mobile Christian, and Thomasville. So Mobile Christian and Thomasville in one semifinal. Sylvania and Piedmont will face each other in a semifinal. All right, it's 9:39. Let's get a break in, shall we? Let's get our first break in of the night here on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman, hope to see you soon.
Men, are you having performance issues in the bedroom? Is erectile dysfunction affecting your confidence and self-esteem? Is your relationship being impacted? If ED is a problem in your life, maybe it's time to make the last time you had bad sex the last time you'll have bad sex. At the Huntsville Men's Clinic, we've successfully treated many men in the area for ED and given them back their confidence, their positivity, and in many cases, helped their relationships. Our expertise is second to none, and our practice is staffed by quality medical professionals. Beyond this, the treatments we use have proven success rates as high as 90%. And unlike online pharmacies that just sell pills or wave clinics that only offer one treatment option, we have a variety of treatment protocols, including acoustic wave therapy. We found that sometimes a combination of therapies works best, and a one-size-fits-all approach can't get you there. So make the call. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 256-368-0333 or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
The best in local sports talk from the 256. We are local.
When you're number one, you don't have to worry.
We are award-winning. Thank you for listening. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You'll be set for life.
North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Scott Tyson along with Chad Glossman. So you're back for the playoffs. You dissed me for the regular season, and then you come back for the playoffs. It's all right.
I had to support my alma mater, man. I had to follow my Grissom Tigers, man. As they got
I think,
the basketball
you know what?
win
They
tonight.
had one of those the great start for week one and then learned how to win. They had to learn how to win. And they finished strong, but they had to learn how to win. And some ups and downs, some bruises for the Grissom Tigers this year. But tonight is all about the teams that are in the quarterfinals of the state football playoffs. And we do have a final, and this one went final during the commercial break. And what a season it has been for Lee Osmond and the Arab Knights. How about this? Having their best season in school history. They pick up their first ever second-round playoff win in program history last week with their 42-20 win over Moody. The 11 wins by Arab, school record. First ever meeting between Arab and Pleasant Grove tonight. Pleasant Grove knocked off Russellville 37-14 to get to the quarterfinals. And in Class 5A, Pleasant Grove ended the regular season ranked number 3 in all of Class 5A. Now, last night, UMS Wright, which was the number 1 ranked team to end the regular season, they were upset by Charles Henderson. That was a top 10 matchup. Charles Henderson into the regular season ranked number 10 in Class 5A. So Charles Henderson got the best of UMS Wright last night, 19-16. Arab finished the regular season ranked number 7 in Class 5A. They get that 44-35 win over Pleasant Grove tonight. So that leaves, right now, as of this moment, that leaves Leeds and Ramsey the highest-ranked teams left in Class 5A. Leeds finished the regular season at number 2. Ramsey finished the regular season at number 4. Both of them are playing each other tonight. So, Gulf Shores is number 5 in this list. Faith Academy is number 9. Those are your remaining teams in Class 5A. Arab is through to the semifinals. They are either going to get Ramsey or Leeds in the semifinals. Charles Henderson is either going to get Faith Academy or Gulf Shores in the semifinals. Before the night's over, we'll let you know who wins that one.
And I think I do have a final tonight.
Oh, what do we got?
I think I got an update right when we were talking about it. Ramsey was a winner 27-19 over Leeds.
Okay, so Ramsey, wow. The Ramsey Rams, they have speed. Ramsey has speed. They are very talented. And so now that sets up Arab and Ramsey. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we got to get some clarification here. Because one place, and I've talked about this in nauseam, and this is my fault if I am wrong on this. But the state has Pleasant Grove 41-38 winners over Arab. The score that we got was 44-35 Arab over Pleasant Grove. So, We're hoping we're right. Wow. Someone has to be right on this.
It's going to be us at the end of the day. It's okay.
I'm hoping we're right. Because if not, boy, oh boy, I did a nice long speech there on the Arab Knights. And if I am wrong.
Arab.
No, okay, I think we were wrong, Chad. Pleasant Grove, I believe, a 41-38 2-overtime winner over Arab tonight.
Let's see here. I'm constantly refreshing. I'm looking at multiple sources, and it still says, because they all use the same source, it's still 44-35 Arab. Final.
I have two places that are showing me 41-38 Pleasant Grove, a 2-overtime winner over Arab.
All the other ones are checking out. Everyone else that's a final seems to be checking out so far that I'm seeing. I don't get it. Give us the correct score. There's a person's name affiliated with the bottom of it. Put the correct score on there and quit changing it. These kids changing it on here.
I feel, this is like one of those nights where, okay, wait a minute now.
Once the coaches start answering, then it'll start rolling. But this is, we've got a ton of scores right now. It just seems like if you're trying to find specifically which ones, it just seems like you find one, and then all of a sudden you look back, and they're like, oh, hey, no, they actually lost by 3.
Oh, boy. Well, we'll keep working on that. But anyway,
Ramsey beat Leeds 27-19.
That we do
right.
know. That one we do know. That one we got right. And it's not like, I mean, we...
And you're still... Did you have the Faith Academy Gulf Shores score?
No.
20-14 Faith Academy over Gulf Shores.
20-14. So
Correct.
that means Mark Hudspeth's run there with Gulf Shores comes to a close tonight. Faith Academy into the semifinals. You know who their defensive coordinator is down there at Gulf Shores?
No, but that'd be nice to be able to go school down there.
But you know who it is, though, don't you?
No, who's it?
Brian Van Gorder.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Brian Van Gorder was the defensive coordinator at Auburn at one point.
All right.
Under, I believe.
Must be nice
Brian
to get
Van
some
Gorder
talent.
was. Yeah.
Get some good. You got Phillip Rivers down that way.
But Mark Hudspeth put together a college staff down there at Gulf Shores.
They've only really been a school for what? A few years?
Kenny Edenfield is the offensive coordinator. My bad. The defensive coordinator at Gulf Shores was Paul Rhodes. Former Brian Van Gorder was down there, I believe, last year, and I think he left. Paul Rhodes, the former Auburn defensive coordinator, yet again, was the defensive coordinator this year.
Good bunch of Auburn guys.
And then Kenny Edenfield, who was with Mark Hudspeth at North Alabama at one point, also is his offensive coordinator now there at Gulf Shores. So, Mark Hudspeth put together a college-level coaching staff at Gulf Shores. And Faith Academy, though, gets the win tonight over the Dolphins, I believe, the Gulf Shore Dolphins, 20-14. Your mic's not open.
Oh, it's just low. Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
I love it. I love the mascot. I love everything about it, man. It's great. It must be cool to be down in Gulf Shores. I used to go to Gulf Shores all the time. It must be awesome to be at school down there. Congratulations. Good run for them this year, and man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the state has Pleasant Grove 41-38. So
yeah.
That is what we're going to have to go with. So Pleasant Grove in 2 overtimes knocks off Arab 41-38. So your 5A semifinals look like this: Ramsey and Pleasant Grove, and then Charles Henderson and Faith Academy. So that is how the 5A bracket sets up. Homewood and Saraland in 6A. That's our remaining 6A score that we will need there, and then we will complete our 6A bracket.
And I hopefully, if we're looking at the bracket or if you're looking at ScoreStream, it is saying that it's right now 50-50 in the first overtime.
Okay, so we could have a
high score in overtime game, right? Another high score in overtime game.
So in Class 4A, the 2 scores that we got the top half of the bracket done, or the bottom half, I should say, the northern half of the bracket in. Cherokee County over Randolph 35-21, and Aniana over Deschler 62-21. So the bottom half of the bracket sees Aniana and Cherokee County facing each other, and if this is correct, Cherokee County will be at home for the semifinals of the state playoffs.
Because I do have a final in 4A, Montgomery Catholic 21 over 14 over Hanley. And from this, right now, I believe still in the fourth quarter, we have a tie, 28-28 between Anniston and Andalusia.
All right, so we are definitely keeping an eye on that one for our friends on 105.9 WKLS in Gaston and Anniston. Of course, you are listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone in the city of Huntsville and the Rocket City, on 100.1 FM WLAY Florence and Muscle Shoals, and 105.9 WKLS in Gaston and Anniston. Those are our trio of families listening to us on the quarterfinal round of the state high school football playoffs, a night where it's 39 degrees now, according to my forecaster. 39 degrees out there, so it's been a chilly night. A
warm 39 degrees.
Yeah. As long as that wind is not howling from the north.
That's the only bad thing about it, but it is perfect for football weather.
this is not perfect.
Well, if you're playing in it, it's definitely perfect.
See, now in Iowa, we got lucky because our semifinals and the finals, everybody plays on one site, and you play them in the dome.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
so
nice.
you don't have to worry about the weather. If you make it to the semifinals and the finals, weather is not an issue.
It's not too terrible, but I'll say this because I remember when I played, it used to get so cold, especially around Halloween, and that was probably one of the worst nights ever. And Halloween was like perfect this year.
Yeah,
I mean it's just
we
kind
had
of,
a lot of perfect
down
nights.
Here.
We had a lot of perfect nights for high school football. There were a couple ones. Hey, in class 2A, we do have some results, especially on the southern part of the state. BB Comer does get a win tonight over Reeltown, 28-22, and it is Highland home over Clark County, 19-0. So Aliceville, and we got a win there. Oh, we've got a winner between Pisgah and Aliceville. I was just kind of making sure. How about this? Pisgah is a 26-22 winner over Aliceville tonight. So that means we've got the 2A bracket all finished. That means in the semifinals, you think this will be a ticket? This is going to be a ticket. You're going to want to drive to this one. Okay, see, then they have Tuscaloosa Academy over Fife, 35-7. The state does.
That's what I'm saying. Like I there was a couple of them where it had the opposite. It said Randolph was 35 and Cherokee County was 21. So I'm sitting here just watching it, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna take whatever ScoreStream says.
Fife won this one 35-7.
Yes.
I don't know why the state has it. They have it backwards in the 2A brackets. They do. They have it wrong.
Help us. Help you.
I mean, Fife won this 35-7. All right, that's going to do it for the first part of the show. We're going to put 60 minutes on the clock. We're going to put the ball on the tee. We're going to do 60 minutes of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show quarterfinal round. Go into some detail on some of these matchups. Let you know kind of what was at stake going in beforehand. And try to figure out what's going on with some of these backwards scores. All right, 256-576-4977. You can join the program tonight if you want to on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, 100.1 FM WLAY, and 105.9 WKLS, Gadsden Anniston.
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in, trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman, hope to see you soon.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey Wes, our company Fleming Roofing and Restoration specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough we can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey Wes, we show up.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Touchdown, Alabama! No look pass inside, but he got to go to play.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to the North Alabama Friday Night Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford, with your host, Scott Tyson. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott.
To the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, presented by Woody Anderson Ford. And we are still checking in on this Arab game. We do know that they trailed at the half, 28-14 did the Arab Knights. The one thing that we are just trying to get a clarification on is the final. The state is telling us that Pleasant Grove won in 2 overtimes, 41-38. They had a tremendous send-off today for the football team.
Yeah.
Tremendous send-off in Arab.
So now
it would almost look like a parade.
So now ScoreStream says 41-38 Pleasant Grove over Arab.
And that would come in 2 overtimes. We know it was 2 overtimes. They did. They had a tremendous send-off there in Arab. Fire trucks, police cars, an escort out of town. The elementary school kids lining the streets there in Arab. Tremendous send-off for the Arab Knights tonight. Townspeople come out. They were lining the streets. So it was a fantastic send-off for the Arab Knights, making their first ever quarterfinal appearance in school history. And they had to come from behind. They were trailing at the half, 28-14, but they come up short in 2 overtimes. All right, a team that did not come up short tonight. A team that was a rematch of the regular season game, a game between Sylvania and Geraldine. In the regular season, Sylvania gets a win, 41-24. First ever meeting between the two in the playoffs. This was the 67th overall meeting between the two rivals, separated by, I believe, a mere 20 miles there, Sylvania and Geraldine. So a ticket was hard to come by tonight, standing room only on a chilly night. But Sylvania able to stamp their ticket to the semifinals. They get a win tonight, 27-7 over Geraldine, and their head coach Tyler Van joining us On the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show tonight, Coach, congratulations, off to the semifinals.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome for our kids, for our community. They come out and supported us all year. They didn't disappoint again tonight. They showed up. They were loud. Their student section, one of the best in the state, in my opinion. They showed up, was loud, and our guys faced a lot of adversity early in the game with a turnover that we've got to start cleaning up because we turn it over more in the playoffs. Probably we've turned it over all year. We've got to clean some things up, but our guys just keep fighting regardless of the previous play, and I'm really proud of our effort and how we fought tonight to get a big win in the quarters.
Yeah, before we delve into the game itself, I imagine the atmosphere tonight was one that the kids and the coaches won't soon forget.
Yes, sir. It was people on the fence, stands packed, and I told them before the game, like, you're about to play in front of probably the biggest crowd you've ever played in front of, but in a game of such huge magnitude, in a big game, in a big quarterfinals game, the game's still going to come down to a whole lot of little things. So regardless of how big the stage is, regardless of all that, we've got to do little things the right way, and our guys did that tonight.
Yeah, Coach, talk about the game itself now. On the offensive side, who kind of stood out for you?
Oh, Braden Thomas did another really good job of running the football. He rushed for 4 touchdowns, and another huge night in the playoffs. This kid needs looked at by a lot of people, a lot of colleges. He's rushed for over 200 yards in the first 2 rounds. I don't know how many he rushed for tonight, but it's going to be a lot. And added another 4 touchdowns to the list tonight. He's one of our dudes on offense, and he's done a really good job of carrying us through the playoffs. And he'd be the first to tell you couldn't do it without the guys up front. Kai Shankles, Ashton Cooley, all them guys up front that just played really well. Luke Tuttle, got to brag on him, our right tackle. He had the job of lining up in front of their best end all night tonight, and he did a really good job on it. And I'm really proud of our O-line and how they played tonight, and really proud of Braden Thomas and how he ran it again.
Defensively, you hold a team to 7 points, a team that you've already seen once in the regular season. What kind of adjustments did you have to make between that first game and the second game, and how were you able to hold a Geraldine offense to just 7 points tonight?
Man, they had changed a lot since the last time we played them. They were double tight end a lot. Last time we played them, they ran a lot of 5 runs, and then they've changed the spread with some injuries they've had. They hadn't had a true tight end, so Coach Davis has done a really good job of changing his offense based on his personnel. And Carlos Mann, he played running back slot for him, wing. He's one of the best players on the field tonight as well. He got hurt in the second quarter. He actually was out in front of us. He's probably going to score, and he pulled his hamstring, which is terrible. I hated it for that kid. I hated it for their team. They lost a big player there early in the game, and Geraldine done a really good job on offense of getting 3rd and shorts the entire first half. We had the ball like 2 times, so we kicked it to them first, and I bet we had the ball 2 times. The third time was with 1:55 left in the second quarter. 1:45 was able to drive down and get a big score right before half and get the ball back after half and find a way to score. But our defense did a really good job tackling. We failed to get lined up once or twice, and they was able to hit it on us. We saw some formations tonight we hadn't seen from them, and we didn't adjust very well mid-play. But, our guys did a really good job after that of adjusting and getting lined up the correct way.
First time since 2017 that this Sylvania team will be in the semifinals. Coach, what does it mean to this group to be in that Final Four?
Man, it's huge. They were in the quarters in 2017. They didn't. I don't think they made it to the semis. I think this is the second time in school history.
Yeah, you're right.
That we've been to the semifinals. First time was in '95 under Coach Benefield. It was huge. I'm proud of our guys, and we're about to play a really good Piedmont team. And Coach Smith does a really great job over there. We played them once in a regular season. I think it was one of our worst games we played all year. We've gotten better, and we just got to go out there and show it, play really good, sound football.
Yeah, now you get the task of balancing Thanksgiving and football. Always a fun time. Not just that backyard Thanksgiving Day football. Now you got to balance Thanksgiving and a semifinal football game. Yeah, it's awesome, man. I know it's a dream for a lot of our kids, and to be able to do it and see them accomplish some of their goals that we set early in the season and early in the off season last year, and they all sit down and they talk about the goals that they want to achieve. And this was on
on the list is make it semis, make it to the finals, and they've been working towards that goal, and I'm really proud of them.
All right. Sylvania head coach Tyler Van on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. We'll let you go so you can celebrate this one for a little bit, but also start trying to break down some Piedmont.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate what y'all do, supporting and getting our young athletes' names out there. I really appreciate you guys.
Thanks. Tyler Van with us. Good job, Sylvania. They are into the semifinals. And, that's that balancing act now. It's the good thing you're into the semifinals, but now you also got to balance that Turkey Day, and then you got to balance getting that practice in and all that fun stuff around Thursday. A lot of distractions still.
I'm sure a lot of these teams will be motivated, but yes.
Oh, no, you're motivated.
I was a wrestler, so it's like as soon as football season was over, you got right into wrestling season going on right now, so Thanksgiving was out the window anyway for me. So
well, I know. There's only 28 teams. Think about that. There's only 28 teams left. Only 28 teams left.
Yeah.
In the state of Alabama when it comes to football. 7 classes, 4 teams. I can do that math. I'm good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty quick, too.
I'm better at doing that than I was getting the Arab and the Pleasant.
It got changed multiple times. It was just to throw us off a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So that is the that was that 3A quarterfinal bracket, and again, the rest of the bracket looks like this. Sylvania will take on Piedmont. Mobile Christian will take on St. James in Class 3A. In Class 2A, have we seen that Andalusia-Anniston final?
Actually, yes. Andalusia got a win 35-28 over Anniston.
Okay. So that's tough for the Anniston Bulldogs. That's tough news there.
I've got a couple more, too. I think I got another one. Lynn was a winner. Oh, I'm sorry. Coosa Christian was a winner, 46-29 over Lynn.
And then Marion County, Pickens County?
I am still looking for that. I got the Millry-Sweetwater game.
Okay, what do we got
41-6 Millry all over Sweetwater. And if we had the Leroy-Brantley, Leroy won 42-14.
Okay. Leroy Brantley. What am I missing that one? Is that in what class?
That is 1A.
That's that 1A. Yeah, that's our 1A score.
Nice little town, Brantley, too. I like Brantley. Nice little town down there.
Not been to Brantley. A lot of the 1A
nice little drive when you go to the beach. You know what I mean? It's like when you're going to Destin, when you're going that way.
All right, hey, in a high-scoring affair, in our only 6A game that we had left to let you know, Saraland is a 57-56 winner over Homewood tonight.
Yeah, that was wild. I think I had 2 overtimes or 3 overtimes and
yeah,
crazy scores. Seemed like someone missed an extra point or went for the 2.
So our 6A bracket is all set. Muscle Shoals is going to take on Mountain Brook, and then Theodore is going to take on Saraland for the 6A title. So that is how that one's going to look. Our 5A bracket is set. Ramsey again, 27-19 winners over Leeds. Arab falls in 2 overtimes, 41-38 to Pleasant Grove. And then last night, Charles Henderson over UMS Wright, and then Faith Academy over Gulf Shores tonight, 20-14. So it's Charles Henderson and Faith Academy, Pleasant Grove, and Ramsey in the 5A quarterfinals. So that's what we have there. And then we've we highlighted the 3A quarterfinals because we just talked to Tyler Van from Sylvania. Now your 2A quarterfinals look like this. Pisgah does get that 4-point win over Aliceville. 5A 35-7 winner over Tuscaloosa Academy, which we still assume is right. If you're looking at the state site, we believe they are wrong on that one. We're going with what we have, and that is 5A 35-7 winner over Tuscaloosa Academy. That is what we have. The state says otherwise, but we are going with our score, not what the state has. Highland Home over Clark County, 19-0. And BB Comer over Reeltown, 28-22. So that is your 2A quarterfinals. They still, let me just make sure they have this. Now they have it right. Now the state has it right. Now they have 5A 35-7 winner. See, so for the first 45 minutes, they actually had Fife on the short end. Now it's Fife and Pisgah facing each other. And if they have this right, Pisgah will be at home for that semifinal matchup. And just like it was tonight between Geraldine and Sylvania, it's going to be a full house there. So, because Fife, and then if you look at Pisgah, the two schools or the two towns, they're 21 miles apart from each other. So Geraldine and Sylvania were 20 miles apart. Pisgah and Fife, 21 miles. So I mean, they know each other very well. All right, so that is your 2A, your 2A bracket there. Fife will take on Pisgah. Now it's Highland Home taking on BB Comer. 1A, Lynn a 29, Coosa Christian 46, the 29 winners over Lynn, and then Milroy over Sweetwater, Leroy over Brantley. Of course, that is the southern end of the bracket there, the southern end of the state. So it's going to be Leroy and Milry in one bracket, and then Coosa Christian awaits that Marion County, Pickens County winner in Class 1A. So that's the one score that we have not seen, is that I've not seen the Marion County, Pickens County
Actually,
score.
if this is a final, just now went final, Pickens County is a winner 40-14 over Marion County.
All right, so it's going to be Pickens County and Coosa Christian in the northern end of the bracket. They're going to take each other on in the 1A. And then your southern end of the bracket will see Milry take on Leroy. So that's how that's going to be in that southern end of the bracket. All right, 256-576-4977 if you want to join in. I want to thank everyone for listening to us on 105.9 WKLS, Gaston and Anniston. Our good friends over 100.1 FM WLAY, Florence, Muscle Shoals. Been a pleasure to be with you guys all season long. And for those listening over in the Huntsville area, you can hear us on 97.7 ESPN The Zone if you are in the Rocket City of Huntsville and the surrounding areas. All right, let's dip back into the 4A playoff brackets tonight. A game that our Huntsville audience heard on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and that was the Randolph Raiders at home tonight taking on Cherokee County. Randolph comes up short 21-35 in their first ever quarterfinal appearance, and he was on the call tonight. Drudy Armand joining us now for a little bit here to talk about this one. A tough end for a very talented Randolph squad, but for a Cherokee County squad, they are headed into the semifinals.
They are, Scott. It's the greatest senior class in Randolph Raider history. It's the greatest team in their history. They finished 10-3. David Lloyd has done a remarkable job, along with Jeremy Matthews and that entire coaching staff, and what they've been able to turn this program into, which is one of the best small school programs in all of North Alabama. It was very sad to end it. What I thought early, Randolph controlled the line of scrimmage. They led 14-6. And Nick Strong scored 2 of his 3 touchdowns in the first half. He ended up with a third in the third quarter, ending his remarkable career with 41 touchdowns his senior season for the Randolph Raiders. Over 1,300 receiving yards, over 900 rushing yards. Just a remarkable senior season and career for Nick Strong. Andrew Hunter, he ends up with over 3,900 passing yards, 45 touchdowns, 7 rushing. I believe he had 112 yards rushing tonight to lead the squad, but he accounted for 51. Connor Goodson went over 100 tackles tonight for this season. He had a school record 5 interceptions. And then Grayson Davenport goes out with 9 catches tonight. One of the top 6 receivers from a yardage standpoint in catches and touchdowns in the state of Alabama. Had that remarkable game, to have the 313-yard performance, 4 touchdowns against Westminster. And what a great career for him. I call them the 4 horsemen of Randolph football because, it's emotional for me because you get attached to the players when you get a chance to know them and the coaches during a season. This has been a very special year for Randolph. They poured a lot into it because they were disappointed in how last year ended. They wanted to make history. They certainly did. But all credit goes to Cherokee County, who, the turning point in the game was a fumbled kickoff return. It was a tied at 14. They were kicking it off to Randolph. Randolph fumbled the football. The Cherokee County pounced on it, scored in like 2 or 3 plays, and took a 21-14 lead, and then stopped Randolph at the end of the half. A big penalty, a false start didn't help. But Randolph wasn't able to punch it in to tie it before the half, and then Cherokee County dominated the second half time of possession, ended up winning the battle of time of possession. They were losing it significantly at halftime, and Randolph still ran 12 more plays, but the bottom line is that the ground game was dominated by Jacob Cornejo, who ended up with 189 yards and 3 touchdowns. Only had 51 at halftime, so he had 140 or so in the second half. Outstanding running back. The formula was pretty much the same that Priceville used. They just won the game on the line of scrimmage. Randolph battled as hard as they could. They just couldn't get enough possessions. They still had a chance late to cut the lead to 1 touchdown. It would have been a 100-yard game for Grayson Davenport on 10 catches, but they called a big catch on 4th and 11 back due to holding, and a sack happened on 4th down. The next play on 4th and long, the Raiders gave up the ball, but they fought valiantly all night long. I mean, they've got so many special seniors on that team. A lot of juniors that are coming back, like William Collins and Daniel Martin. They're very special players. They've got special young players like Bradford Hall, William Mitchell. But it was just really remarkable watching that team compete this year. They lost to 3 really good football teams. West Morgan, who lost in the second round. They lost, to a really good Priceville team that lost last week. And then this team at Cherokee County, they will go on to host Aniana because they won the tiebreaker on a 3-way tiebreak. Though Aniana won the game 17-14, at Aniana earlier in the regular season, the Etowah was in there too, and so the 3-way tiebreaker went to Cherokee County. Because of that, Scott, and because Cherokee County won the area, the region, they will host that rematch, and they have not lost at home all year. So this is going to be a really fascinating game. I was surprised, quite frankly, not that Aniana won the game over Dessler, but how they dominated it. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup. Aniana, as you know, went to the state championship game last year in 4A, lost a one-sided game to Viger, so they're certainly on a mission. They seem like they are. But first of all, I just want to thank David Lloyd and Blake Davenport and the entire faculty and leader and administration at Randolph for allowing Austin Coletti and I to be a part of Randolph football this year. We certainly enjoyed it. We enjoyed watching these kids compete. It was probably the most fun I've ever had in broadcasting just because of the way they played, being able to throw the ball around, run it, then fly around on defense. It was just a very special group of players. We hate to see the journey end, but certainly I think Randolph's program's on the uptick. And when you think about it, it's really only a little over 10 years old. This was a remarkable run. Grayson Davenport missed the majority of the season last year, which really affected that Randolph team. They could have maybe made a deeper run last year, but they had him back, and it was great to see him play so well, and all those seniors, and we just thank all of them. And it was a valiant battle tonight, won by a very physical Cherokee County team and a great running back in Jacob Cornejo.
On that Cherokee County-Aniana matchup, for those there on WKLS, it's going to be – that series is 11-12-1 between Cherokee County and Aniana.
So close a little bit.
Yeah, 11-12-1. As you mentioned, Cherokee County lost 17-14 already this year in a matchup earlier in the year. That matchup coming on the 9th of September. So it's been a little bit since Aniana and Cherokee County have faced each other, but tough one for our Huntsville audience as Randolph bows out 35-21. All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, we're going to continue the show, run it all down on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford.
Qualis Corporation, headquartered here in Huntsville, is a woman-owned small business providing technical services in the areas of engineering analysis, testing, and support services to both commercial and government customers. For 29 years, Qualis employees have provided award-winning support to complex technical and engineering efforts, helping ensure critical programs, products, and systems are acquired, tested, and fully operational when fielded. Qualis Corporation, proud sponsor of the UAH Chargers. Go Chargers!
Do you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed a 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan Spartman, hope to see you soon.
Hey there, folks. Bob Baumhauer here. We're celebrating 40 legendary years here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. And to kick this off, we're coming in hot with our all-new Alabama Hot Chicken. Fresh southern fried chicken breast smothered in a blend of tangy, immune-boosting herbs and spices with a spicy finish. Served up with a side of homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits, Miss Mary southern greens, and garlic bread. And there's plenty more where that came from. Stop in today and celebrate with us. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Welcome back. Stan McDonald from the Stanton Law Firm. I had lunch with Lewis just recently and with a client of ours, a mutual client, and great to hear all the good things going on at the Stanton Law Firm.
Thank you, Wes. The Stanton Law Firm, as you know, we've discussed before, we're dirt lawyers. We do a lot of real estate, litigation and closing. And yes, my son Lewis McDonald enjoyed meeting you a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of your friends. He is, as you know, he's opened up a commercial closing division. So he's really helping a lot of people who are trying to close, buy, or sell on their commercial property. And you can't be in this community doing business without knowing Wes neighbors.
I don't know about that, but sure was getting to meet another McDonald and talking a little bit about his grandfather, Coach Dye, and right. The different things. It was a lot of fun.
Well, your listeners are really going to enjoy meeting Lewis and you in this community. And like I said, at Jacob Title or the Stanton Law Firm, we close business. We close some good commercial closings, residential closings. We appreciate being part of your show.
With over 25 years of appliance experience, Mike Owen and the good folks at Owen Home Appliance are known for their great selection of used appliances. But did you know that they now carry new appliances as well? Brands like Frigidaire, GE, Sharp, Danby, Samsung, Z-Line, and yes, Speed Queen Laundry is available at Owen Home Appliance. Plus, they have recliners so you can relax and watch the game. Give Mike a call at 256-754-5052 or head down to the store at 11 Union Hill Road in Somerville. Owen Home Appliance. They'll treat you right.
Listen to Randolph Raider football all season long.
Does he cross the line? He does! Touchdown, Randolph!
Nice drive. Really well done.
On 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Welcome back into Quarterfinal Friday. Tonight's the night that teams punch that ticket into the semifinals unless you are Class 7A. Class 7A punch their tickets to the state championship game. They have one less round. They will not play next week. So your 7A semifinals look like this tonight. Thompson over Hoover 40-10. And Auburn and Central Phoenix City. Remember, Patrick Nix is the head coach there at Central Phoenix City. And they were taking on the Auburn Tigers, and the Auburn Tigers have a lot of talent. This one a close ball game. Auburn a winner tonight over Central Phoenix City, 14-13. That is your final score. So your 7A is Thompson and Auburn for the 7A state championship. 6A, this is what it looks like in 6A. Muscle Shoals, a 38-7 winner over Gardendale. So for Muscle Shoals, they took on Gardendale tonight. And a little bit of this one first. Trojans, their first 2 playoff games, look, you get into the playoffs and you've earned the right to be there, but Muscle Shoals really has found life pretty easy in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. They've outscored their opponents 89-13 in the first 2 rounds. Now, Gardendale has a pretty good offense coming into tonight. The Rockets had scored at least 30 points in 8 games this season. 30 points in 8 games this season. That tells you how good of a defensive effort Muscle Shoals had tonight. Birmingham teams, before tonight, Birmingham teams were not kind to Muscle Shoals. They have sent the Trojans home each of the last 4 seasons in the playoffs. Now, it's the 5th meeting between the 2 teams. 3 of the 5 meetings have come into the playoffs. 2019, the last one. Second round of the playoffs, Trojans got a 30-27 win. So Muscle Shoals tonight, a 38-7 win over Gardendale as they are in through the semifinals. Let's dip back into the Class 3A brackets. All right, we've talked to Tyler Van from Sylvania. His team, a 27-7 winner tonight over Geraldine. They move in to the semifinals, and they are going to take on Piedmont. Piedmont, a 27-14 winner over Gordo tonight in playoff action. And their head coach, Steve Smith, joining us now on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show Hotline. Coach, congratulations on the quarterfinal win, and congratulations on advancing to the semifinals.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a great night here for us. It's for a great ball game. Gordo's got a great team, and when you're down 7-0 at halftime, and our kids come in, and I don't know that we attempted a pass in the second half. We may have. I can't remember, but
wow.
We went to a heavy backfield set, and our quarterback ran the ball about 25 times in the second half, and our offensive line kind of took the game over. Our defense played extremely well, really all night. We gave up 2 long touchdown runs. Other than that, we played really well on the defensive side, and able to come out here with a win.
Yeah, on a cold night, playoff football night, how important was it to be able to come out in the second half and kind of control that line of scrimmage and be able to run the ball?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge because those drives that we had in the second half, I think our time of possession in the second half was right at 21 minutes. I mean, we went 24 minutes on the clock. So, holding the ball like that the whole second half was huge.
Coach, offensively, I know you mentioned your quarterback, but who else kind of stood out for you? I imagine that offensive line, when you look at that film, especially in the second half, really stand out.
Yeah, offensive line, those guys did a wonderful job. We got seniors across the front, Braden Landon McDaniels, Connor Williams. Sam Talbert stepped in and played a lot in the second half, Cade Newton, Christian Gurley. And then we had several of our defensive guys, linebackers and tight ends, Brody Epps, Red Offer, Trent Young, Chance Murphy. A lot of those stepped in the heavy package and played the blocking backs and tight ends. And those guys really, took it upon themselves to try to take that game over, did a great job.
Defensively, offensively, you're able to control that clock. That does keep that defense off the field a little bit. How were they able to play tonight, and who kind of stood out defensively?
I thought we played really well. Our corners, we put them in a lot of man-to-man situations. McClain Mohan and Cody Holloway did a great job covering guys tonight, and we brought a lot of pressure, and they had to, make a lot of plays one-on-one against some really talented receivers. And like I said, they broke 2 long touchdown runs. Number 19 for them is a sophomore. He's going to be a great player, but he had about an 80-yard run, 60-yard run for their 2 scores. And other than that, I thought we played pretty much lights out on the defensive side.
Piedmont head coach Steve Smith joining us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show Hotline tonight. His team, a 27-14 winner over Gordo. And, Coach, now it is Geraldine next week into the semifinals. And when it comes to the semifinals, that is a place where Piedmont all knows too well. You've been there before. You've been there several times. And let's talk about getting that preparation in for next week.
Yeah, actually, I think it's Sylvania we're playing. I was told it's Sylvania.
It is Sylvania. My bad. You're right. It is Sylvania.
Yeah.
I looked at my sheet wrong. It's
Yeah.
Sylvania. Yeah, I didn't mean to throw everybody in there for a wrench.
No, that's fine. We played them way back week 2, and we told our kids tonight, as soon as we found out it was Sylvania, that week 2 don't have anything to do. The only thing that came out of week 2 was we won that game and finished higher in the region, and therefore we're getting them at home. And that's about the only thing that week 2 has to do with the week 14. Sylvania has really come on. They're playing great football. Coach Pan's done a wonderful job with those guys. And they got a bunch of guys that's getting after it, and we look for it to be a great football game here in Piedmont next Friday night.
Yeah, how have you guys improved since that week 2 matchup?
We found a few things that we tweaked offensively, defensively. Got some guys, some different positions, and had some injuries. Had to have some other guys step in, just like everybody. You get this point in the season, you're probably not going to have everybody healthy, and just had a lot of guys that have grown up. A lot of people that played 8 JV games for us this year, and that experience they've got has put them in a position to be able to help us on Friday nights in the varsity game. So, I think more or less anything else, we're still trying to do the things we've always done, but just a few different personnel pieces.
All right, Piedmont head coach Steve Smith, kind enough to joining us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Coach, congratulations on the win. Now you get to prepare for high school football and enjoy turkey dinner all at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. It's always great to be playing on Thanksgiving.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Go enjoy the win, and best of luck next week in the semifinals.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right, Piedmont head coach Steve Smith with us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline. Again, his team, a 27-14 winner tonight over Gordo. They will take on Sylvania in the semifinals, and Coach Smith kind of alluding to it there in the interview that you got to go all the way back to September 2nd. Piedmont made that trek to Sylvania. Sylvania made the trek to Piedmont, and Sylvania falling 40-7. Piedmont a winner in that week 2 matchup between Piedmont and Sylvania. Now you got to take it, and they will take on Sylvania in the semifinals of the playoffs there on next Friday, a day after Thanksgiving. All right, so we have not spent really much time there in the 4A brackets as well. So we talked about Randolph, and then Aniana, a 62-21 winner over Deschler. Anniston taking on Andalusia tonight, and the Bulldogs of Anniston come up short, 35-28. So that means Andalusia now will advance to take on Montgomery Catholic, who got by Handley tonight, 21-14. So your 4A brackets look like this: Cherokee County and Aniana to meet, Montgomery Catholic and Andalusia will meet. Your 3A brackets are all finalized as well. As we just mentioned, Piedmont will take on Sylvania. Mobile Christian will take on St. James. In your 2A brackets, this is how it went down tonight. Pisgah, a 26-22 winner over Aliceville. Fife, a 35-7 winner over Tuscaloosa Academy. They will square off there, and I believe, let's go inside the numbers there if we can real fast. Between Pisgah and Fife. They met each other back on October 14th, and Fife made that trip to Pisgah. Fife a winner 40-6 over Pisgah during the regular season. So this will be another rematch of the regular season into the semifinals. And we'll talk about that one here in length here in just a second. Let's see if we can, on the fly here, go inside the numbers between Fife and Pisgah. All time, the meeting is going to be 31. This will be the 32nd meeting all time between Pisgah and Fife. Fife owns the series 17-13-1. Again, they met back on the 14th of October. Fife was a 40-6 winner on the road. This time, Fife will welcome Pisgah for a trip to the 2A state championship game. So the rest of the 2A bracket looks like this. Highland Home will take on BB Comer. That's on the southern end of the state. So it's either going to be Fife and Pisgah or Highland Home and B.B. Comer. Now, your 1A brackets look like this. Coosa Christian, a 46-29 winner over Lynn, and Pickens County, a 40-14 winner over Marion County. Milry and Leroy will meet on the southern end of the bracket as Leroy, a 42-14 winner over Brantley. Milry, a 41-6 winner over Sweetwater. So that is how that plays out, and I'll tell you that Coosa Christian appears to be the home team there in that semifinal, and Leroy, the home team, against Milry. Fife will be at home, I believe, against Pisgah, and B.B. Comer and Highland home there in Class 2A. So those are your 2A bracket scores. In Class 6A, again, Saraland in overtime. That one just went to, I believe, just one overtime. Saraland 57, Homewood 56. Theodore shutting out St. Paul's 28-0. Mountain Brook over Hartselle 28-7, and the Muscle Shoals a 38-7 winner over Gardendale. And we mentioned that one there, that Hartselle Mountain Brook game, first ever meeting between the two teams. Hartselle only 2 games this year, including their first 2 playoff games, that they failed to score less than more than 30. So they scored 30 tonight. They had a perfect regular season, did Hartselle. And scoring 30 had been a recipe for success for the Hartselle Tigers. Mountain Brook, though, just too much offensively. Hartselle's defense, including their 2 playoff games, only came in giving up an average of 13 points. Mountain Brook defensively allowing just over 11 points a game. So defensively, both teams were able to find the scoreboard tonight. Now, last week, Hartselle did have to come from behind to knock off Center Point. A big part of that was Rye Fletcher, 164 yards, 3 touchdowns on 30 carries last week. This week, more of the same, but still, though, Mountain Brook just a little too much there in that 6A semifinals. So your 6A is Muscle Shoals and Mountain Brook, Theodore, and Saraland for the 6A semifinals. That'll be coming up next week. All right, 10:41. Let's get that final break in. When we come back, we'll run it all down for you and see who else is holding for us on the Neighbors.
YKTA wants you to join their team. YKTA is currently adding machine maintenance and die maintenance positions to their fast-growing company. YKTA has new improved work schedules with built-in days off. Pay range is $25 to $33 based on experience and additional shift differential. And YKTA has opportunities for increased pay above top range through advanced skills training. Apply today at yktal.com/careers. YKTA is an equal opportunity employer. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Attorney Tommy Sinyard on behalf of Sinyard Law, and again proud to be a sponsor of all things football here on ESPN Radio. My son Bart and I started our own law firm July 1 and are very proud and excited to be bringing you our 50 years of collective national award-winning injury trial law experience. Check us out on the web, sinyardlaw.com.
Sinyard Law, nationally recognized, locally respected. Qualis Corporation, headquartered here in Huntsville, is a woman-owned small business providing technical services in the areas of engineering analysis, testing, and support services to both commercial and government customers. For 29 years, Qualis employees have provided award-winning support to complex technical and engineering efforts, helping ensure critical programs, products, and systems are acquired, tested, and fully operational when fielded. Qualis Corporation, proud sponsor of the UAH Chargers. Go Chargers!
Did you know the state's top-ranked private school is here in Huntsville? What about one of the nation's few Orton Gillingham Academy accredited schools? At Randolph School, our experienced teachers and coaches challenge and nurture students as they prepare for college and life. Our pre-K through 12 school includes Greengate School at Randolph, serving students with dyslexia. Parents, we know that you are your child's biggest advocate, and we invite you to explore your education options. Schedule a tour at randolphschool.net.
The you know that your car or truck or SUV may be worth up to 30 or 40% more than it was last year? It's true. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and now is the perfect time to trade in and trade up to a gold certified or blue certified pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or crossover. While our new vehicle inventory continues to build back, our Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned vehicles are nearing 100 models to choose from, and a good variety too. Woody Anderson Ford Gold certified vehicles are 6 years or younger with less than 80,000 miles and have passed 172-point inspection by factory certified technicians. They have a 14-day, 1,000-mile money-back guarantee, a great comprehensive limited warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and go home with full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Get nearly a new ride and none of the worries. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 977 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show Hotline. Let's go straight out there. I should say welcome back to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford. Let's go straight out to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show Hotline. His team in the Class 2A quarterfinals, they were a winner tonight, 35-7 over Tuscaloosa Academy, and their head coach, Fife head coach Paul Benefield, kind enough to take a couple minutes with us tonight on the show. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Hey, guys, thank you very much. We're glad to be advancing.
Yeah, you're advancing into the semifinals, a place that Fife knows all too well. Coach, 35-7, defensively, great defensive effort tonight.
Yeah, our defense has just played great all year long. They just really hustle the ball, and we just get after people, and I hope they continue to do that.
And offensively tonight, who kind of stood out for you in that 35-7 win?
Well, Logan Anderson had a lot of rushing yards. Of course, our offensive line, is responsible for that, and Brody Hicks too runs the ball well. So, but he had a big night, 280 yards, I believe, rushing, and so just proud of all of them for the effort they gave.
And Coach, when you get to this time of football, this late in the season, quarterfinal football, it's important to have that running game. It's important to have that offensive line. That's your guys' style, physical, smash mouth football. That offensive line all season long has done a good job for you.
They have. They're the same ones that play defense. There's no one-way guys at Fife. They just stay out there on the field all the time. So we got about 8 of them that don't hardly ever come off the field.
Well, Coach, we look ahead to the semifinal matchup, and it's an all-too-familiar Sand Mountain matchup. I guess you could say country neighbors as Fife and Pisgah. A region opponent you guys met earlier in the year is a rematch in the semifinals.
Yeah, that's not something that you really want to do. It's just something coaches don't like to play people twice. But when you're in the semifinals, you're just proud to be playing anybody, and so and that's us. So we want to start all over and forget the last game, and because it won't count on this one. So. This is the one that matters the most.
Paul Benefield, head coach of the Fife Red Devils, kind enough to join us tonight. Coach, it's always great, though, when you get to enjoy the turkey on Thursday and play football on Friday.
Hey, man, that's exactly right. We love practicing football on Thanksgiving.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us on a Friday night. Enjoy this one, and I'm sure it's back to work for Pisgah in the morning.
That's right. Thank you for having me.
All right, Paul Benefield, head coach of the Fife Red Devils, kind enough to join us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline tonight. And his team, a winner, 35-7 over Tuscaloosa Academy. They will take on Pisgah, who got a win over Aliceville tonight, 26-22. 7A again, of course, they are not into the quarterfinals. They have their semifinals tonight. They will be off next week. Thompson and Auburn, that will be your 7A state championship game. 6A semifinals, the southern half of the state, Theodore over Saraland. Theodore and Saraland will meet for the 6A in one 6A semifinal. Your other 6A semifinal will see Mountain Brook take on Muscle Shoals. Mountain Brook, a 49-30 winner over Hartselle tonight. Muscle Shoals able to grab a 38-7 win over Gardendale this evening. And Muscle Shoals into the semifinals of the 6A state playoffs. And their head coach, Scott Baisden, kind enough to join us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Coach, congratulations on getting into the semifinals of the playoffs. A 38-7 win tonight over a very talented Gardendale squad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We thought our kids played really well tonight, and just fortunate to move on.
Yeah, Coach, defensively, this team has been outstanding in the playoffs. You gave up just 7 points to Hazel Green, 6 points last week to Parker, and then 7 points this week to Gardendale. That defense playing awfully good football right now.
Yeah, playing our best ball when you need to. And, I think Coach Lawler and his staff do a great job of game plan every week. And, obviously our kids are locked in and carrying the game plan out that he puts to them.
Who kind of stood out for you on that defensive side of the ball?
Well, I think, you got to start with the box. All those guys play really sound gaps. And then our two linebackers have, with Braylon Jones and Zaylen Fuqua, have done a great job. And up front, Cohen Young and Jaheim Ingram and Brody Austin and then Tyler Cole all do a good job up front.
Offensively, you're able to put up 38 points. You put up 31 last week, 58 in the opening round win against Hazel Green. Where did you find the offensive success at tonight?
We were able to stretch the field on. They were playing a lot of zero man, so, we had some shots that we were able to connect on and sort of, get behind them offensively. And thought our quarterbacks played well and receivers caught the ball really well. And so, and I thought, up front gave us time to, throw the ball. And then, we went back to running it, sort of had them off, had them on their heels, and just thought Coach Darden called a heck of a game.
Yeah, offensively then, who kind of had big nights for you and along that offensive side of the ball?
I thought, Cole Woods and Seth Mosley are our two quarterbacks. I thought they played really well, throwed the ball well. Jameer Goodlow has had a couple of real nice catches, and then on the offensive line, they blocked well all night, and then Devin Townsend and Goodwin run it really well for us up front.
Well, Coach, it's Scott Baisden, Muscle Shoals head coach, kind enough to joining us on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. Coach, it's always nice when you get to, one, eat turkey on Thanksgiving and then play high school football on Fridays.
There's nothing better than that, is it?
And next week it is Mountain Brook. Muscle Shoals and Mountain Brook, another awfully tough task for you next week.
Yeah, I think we played them 2 years ago in the playoffs, and try to sneak one more out.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and enjoy this one this evening. And I'm sure tomorrow morning it's back to work preparing for Mountain Brook.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right. Scott Baisden, head coach, Muscle Shoals Trojans, on the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show. His team a victor tonight, 38-7 over Gardendale. All right, the 5A quarterfinals went down like this. Ramsey, a 27-19 winner over Leeds tonight. In 2 overtimes, Pleasant Grove knocks off Arab 41-38 in 2 overtimes. For Arab, they had their best season in school history. They picked up their first ever second-round playoff win last week in that 42-20 win over Moody. They set a school record with 11 wins this year. It was the first ever meeting between the two programs. Pleasant Grove knocked off Russellville last week, 37-14, you remember, to get to the quarters. I know Arab fell tonight, but still a record-breaking year for the Arab Knights. 11 wins for the Arab Knights this season, but their run comes up short in double overtime tonight to Pleasant Grove. Charles Henderson over UMS Wright, and then Faith Academy over Gulf Shores. In Class 4A, it was Cherokee County over Randolph, 35-21. Aniana over Deschler, 62-21. And then Montgomery Catholic over Handley, 21-14. Andalusia over Anniston, 35-28. Class 3A, it was Piedmont over Gordo, 27-14. Sylvania over Geraldine, 27-7. Mobile Christian over Pike County, and then St. James over Thomasville. Class 2A, it was Pisgah over Aliceville. Fife over Tuscaloosa Academy, 35-7. Pisgah again, 26-22. Highland Home over Clark County, 19-0. And BB Comer over Reeltown, 28-22. And in Class 1A, it was Coosa Christian over Lynn, 46-29. Pickens County over Marion County, 40-14. It was Milry over Sweetwater, 41-6. And Leroy over Brantley, 42-14. We did it. Good job, Jen.
Great year by you.
No, good job by you tonight. I mean,
coming in the clutch.
Killed it. You killed it. And I had to wait until round 2 or round 3 of the playoffs.
Yeah, I was here for the last 2 playoffs. Yeah.
I mean, it was a revolving door.
And I came back after the Hartselle game.
And you did. You did. You made that trek back after the Hartselle game. But it was nice having you back in there. And it was good. It was fun to be in here. But that's going to do it for the season. So we are done with the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show for the year. We're going to take our time, enjoy Thanksgiving with our families, and then we will have the state championship games the week after that. So thanks, everybody. 105.9 WKLS, 100.1 FM WLAY, and 97.7 ESPN The Zone. We thank all 3 stations for having us on all season long.
Do you know that your car or truck